Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Okay guys, let's discuss what now is going on the euro currency. Well, the situation is rather blurry currently. In euro currency, you know, the delegation of the Cyprus has arrived on Russia for discussion of the possibility of rescue measures that could come from the Russia for saving the situation on the Cyprus. Well, because there are a lot of money, including the individuals and companies that from the Russia that holds the money on the Cyprus, and in fact nobody knows nothing because that is under curtained what is going on currently in the discussion of the situation with the Russian authorities. We don't know what positions now discussed, but probably the topic of the discussion is possible buying of some banks on the Cyprus and some other assets. The problem is that European Union, especially the Angela Merkel, said that she stands against the help from the Russia, since she thinks that Cyprus should appeal to such institutes of financial international help as the International Monetary Fund and other organizations. But Cyprus has no time for that, and in fact the Russia is the final possibility to rescue the assets on the Cyprus, because Euronion said that if they will not withdraw the 10% tax on the depositors, they will not receive the help from the Euronion. And in fact, their position is quite freakish, because she said that I do not want to rescue the Russian and other depositors, individuals, by the money of German taxpayers. But I see the absolute freakness with it, because the depositors, the individuals that hold money on the Cyprus, do not need any help, because that's their money. And in fact, maybe she would like to say that she wants to rescue the German taxpayers by the money of those people who hold assets on Cyprus. Anyway, today in the news they will announce that probably the banks will be closed on the Cyprus till the 26th of March, and you can see that in fact market stands in indecision, and nobody could tell what will really happen. From that perspective, the situation on the market is rather nervous, and any pattern could work, because market now is driven by fundamental events, by some news, rumors, and other moments. That's why, despite what position you will take currently, any of it could work if some corresponding news or speech will be released. But let's turn to the technical picture. On the daily time frame, we see that we have the side-by-side two stop grabbers to the upside. Okay, that's bullish stop grabbers. You can see market has trying to shift trend bearish here and here, but both of times has closed above it. So that is potentially bullish pattern that could lead market at minimum to the taking out of these highs. Okay, because that is the target of the stop grabber. It means that market could close and should close the gap that has been formed on the Cyprus event. On the previous chart that we have discussed yesterday, classical chart, we see that market has formed some sort of the bullish piercing in the cloud pattern, some sort of almost the bullish engulfing, but it stands right at the low border of the flag and doesn't return back inside of this pattern. Doesn't move to the opposite border of this pattern. This is risky situation, since market could form, for instance, long candle to the downside. That could be just a retracement to the upside and turning to the downside. As I said, any position currently could be justified from the perspective of the solution on Cyprus situation. But since we do not know any details currently on this situation, it's just stands on our side. Will we take the risk of some patterns or not? Maybe the most conservative approach will be to wait for some clarity here or some more technical signs. If market will show the bullish appreciation, maybe it will be safer just to wait the entry point on the short side of the market, because this should be just the pullback. You see that market currently looks rather heavy without no significant retracement. This move really solid to the downside, so market could show some bounce and continue move to the downside. From that perspective, if you're bearish, that will be safe to wait for that. If you're bullish, well, you could try to deal with this stop grabber, but probably it's better to take the position as closer to the invalidation point of that pattern as you could. And then invalidation point for this pattern, you know, the low of the stop grabber. Since you need to enter on some deep retracement, as deep retracement as possible, to take the less risk. On the 4-hour time frame, I do not see anything interesting, so you can see just the development of this downward channel. You can see this tendency still hold, nothing interesting. But on the hourly time frame, there are some moments that we could discuss. First of all, take a look that in fact the head, this dip, stands approximately at 127 extension of that swing. Even probably could here find some butterfly. Okay, 127 butterfly. Now market has shown returns right back to the confidence resistance that we have discussed as the potential short entry level. It's right here. It's around 129.40 area. Market now stands here. You can see these long candles that is struggling with this current resistance. So the pattern that could be formed here, you can see already probably this pattern is the reverse head and shoulders pattern. That will stand in agreement and in the same direction as the stop grabbers on the daily time frame. In fact, this is the development of the stop grabber. But my experience tells that the most often head and shoulders fails on the hourly time frame. So be careful. From that perspective, you have the deep level to watch for as the potential entry. 618 supports 128.94. When you're dealing with the head and shoulders, you prefer to see some harmony. So if you will measure the same distance to the downside, thus to hold the potential right shoulder at 127 on the head as well. So you can see these two extensions that I have drawn here. Okay, this swing points on this level, so around 128.80, 128.94. That is an area to watch for. If market will hold there, then this head and shoulders could be triggered. Probably it could work, and stop grabbers could work. The market really could take it out of the previous highs, of these highs. Okay, but if market will fail there and continue move right to the head, this will mean that downward move will continue, and we probably will return right to that scenario. So in this case, if market will take it out of these lows, we could count on these targets that we have specified yesterday. So from that perspective, this trade seems reasonable because your risk will be about 50 pips. Well, that's not too much for trading with the potential target is above these highs. As you can see, this really could be a nice move, nice risk-reward ratio. But as I said, now market is driven by the news and by the rumors. So the technical picture could take the second part, the second role in the current environment. So this decision is up to you. If this risk is acceptable for you, you could try to deal with this, because technical setup per se as itself, very nice. If we assume that there are no case with the Cypress, just the technical picture, that is absolutely perfect combination, perfect setup that in other environment we probably could trade on the long side of the market. But the Cypress situation makes this overall setup is rather complex. So decide will you trade it or not. But in general, as I said, the technical picture looks attractive. Also, you'll see that some sort of the ABCD pattern is developing here, so it also points somewhere on this area. Thus, as been said, the setup itself not bad for the scalp long entry, but if you do not want to take this risk, you probably better to wait for some more transparency. This means either breakout of these lows or at least failure of this level around 128.80, 128.94, or moving to the resistance on the daily time frame, to the sum of these levels. Probably that will be compliance resistance, this level that we have discussed around 131.75, 132.08, and search for the possibility to enter on the short side of the market right here.